During last lecture, we have completed the steady flow energy equation, their derivation, and the steady flow energy equation for some thermodynamic systems, for example, turbine, engine, compressor, pump, cooling process, and nozzle. So today we see during this lecture some numericals on this SFE steady flow energy equation. So we start with the example 1. So in this example 1, what is the example or what is the problem you see? Steam enters a turbine with a velocity of 40 meters per second and a specific enthalpy of 2500 kilojoules per kg and leaves with velocity of 90 meters per second and a specific enthalpy of 2030 kilojoules per kg. Heat losses from the turbine to surrounding are 240 kilojoules per minute and the steam flow rate is 5040 kilojoules per kg. Neglect the change of potential energy. Neglect the change of potential energy. Find the power developed by the turbine. Now during last lecture, we have seen the steady flow energy equation applied for turbine origin and pump or compressor. So in this numerical, what are the conditions are given? Is a turbine is a thermodynamic system, and it is asked to find out the power developed by the turbine. So turbine is a power producing unit. So that means our first we know that whatever may be the answer, but it is a positive because work is produced. It is a power producing unit. Okay, and work given by any thermodynamic system is considered as positive. Is it clear? Okay. Now we can draw some diagram for this problem with given things. A given 250 kilojoules per kg, C1 40 meter per second, m dot 1.4 kg per second because it is given in kilojoule per minute, so that is converted into kg per second. Then Q loss is equal to minus 40 because heat is taken from the system. He is always considered negative and it is equal to minus 4 kilogram. Now turbine produces to work, so W out and add 2, H2 is equal to 2030 and C2 is equal to 90 meter per second. So this is the given things I expressed again with the help of this diagram. The diagram shows the turbine. So what are the inlet conditions? What are the outlet conditions? What is the amount of heat lost from the turbine to the surrounding? And it is asked to calculate the work done by the turbine. Okay? We know the steady flow energy equation. We know the steady flow energy equation. Q dash minus W dash is equal to M dash into bracket delta H plus delta K plus delta P. Calculating each term separately, we can calculate each term separately. Therefore, by calculating each term separately, delta H is equal to H2 minus H1. So delta H is H2 minus. So here is that H2 is with us, H1 is with us. So that means 2030 minus 400,500 and it is equal to minus 470 kilojoules per kg. So this is the change in enthalpy. Delta, similarly, delta K is equal to C2 square minus C1 square divided by 2. So C2 and C1 both are given here. We can calculate them by putting values. That is 90 square minus 40 square divided by 2 and it is equal to 3250 joules per kg and it is equal to 3.25 kilojoules per kg. So this is nothing but the change in kinetic energy. Okay? Put these values. Put these values in above equation. In above equation, we get minus 4 minus W dash is equal to 1.4 into bracket minus 470 plus 3.25 plus 0 and we have substituted only the values and finally by calculating we can get the value of work done. It is equal to 649.45 kilowatts. And now you see that already we have discussed, definitely the value is positive. So this is the answer of this problem. The work produced by turbine at this given condition is 649.45 kilowatt of power is developed. Now we see example number 2. So last lecture is on turbine which is power producing unit. This example is on compressor which is power consuming unit. So that means the answer work consumed is definitely negative. The answer will come definitely negative. So we see that air at 100 kilopascal and 280 Kelvin is compressed steadily to 600 kilopascal and 400 Kelvin. The mass flow rate of air is 0.12 kg per second and heat losses of 16 kilojoules per kg occurs during the process. Assuming the changes in potential energy and kinetic energy are negligible, determine the necessary power input to the compressor. So here power input is usable. Last problem power developed is asked. So here after calculating we can see that definitely that work will become negative. Now we start with given things. So what are the given things we are at with proper conversion of notations? First, given P1 100 kilopascal, P1 280 Kelvin, P2 600 kilopascal, T2 400 Kelvin, and now 0.2 kg per second, Q minus 16 kilojoules per kg. Delta K is equal to 0. Delta P is equal to 0. Then what is the power? Question mark. Or power, or we call it as a W question mark. So if you see the numerical, so these are the things which are given in this numerical. So finally we have to calculate the power. So P1 pressure is given, both pressures are in Then T1 are given, both units are same. Then mass flow rate is given 0.02 kg per second. Q is given 16 kilojoule per, here it is taken negative because it is given to the surrounding. Change in kinetic energy, change in potential energy, both are neglected, so they are zero. So it is asked to calculate the power. Okay. Now from SFE we know from SFE Q minus W is equal to delta H plus delta K plus delta P. So this is the SFE equation. As like we have to calculate delta H. As like we have to calculate the delta H. So here delta H at inlet and outlet conditions are not given. So we are going to use a new formula to calculate the delta H. But for an air, for an ideal gas, for 1 kg of air, delta H. So this is important to see that. This is important. Delta H is equal to Cp into T2 minus T1. So Cp for air standard value 0.5, then 400 minus 200, and it is equal to 120.6 kilojoules per kg. So in last lecture you see there, last example, enthalpies of inlet and outlet are given, but here the direct enthalpies are not given. So we have to calculate directly change in enthalpy, and for ideal gas is concerned, the change in enthalpy is given by Cp into T2 minus T1. So Cp is taken from the ideal gas as considering air, that is the standard value. Temperatures are given, so delta H is given as that. So put this value in above equation. Minus 16 minus W 120.9, because other two terms, these two terms are 0. Therefore W is equal to minus 136.6 kilojoules per kg. So this is the W. Now power output is nothing but if mass flow rate is multiplied by 1, it will give us the power input. Therefore power input to the compressor P is equal to m naught into W. It is equal to 0.2 into minus 136.6, and it will come minus 2.732 kilowatt. Because this is the kg per second, this is kilojoules per kg. So kg will consider kilojoules per second is a kilowatt. Okay. Third example, and this example is on nozzle. Last two examples, first is on turbine, second is on turbine compressor. Now we see the example on nozzle. So you see, air enters a convergent nozzle with a velocity of 40 meters per second. The enthalpy of air decreases by 180 kilojoules per kg. Determine the exit velocity and assume adiabatic conditions in the nozzle. So here we have to calculate C2. Here we have to calculate the C2 exist velocity. Conversion motion is there. And here you see that the enthalpy of air decreases. So that is what is given here. So here the change in enthalpy is directly given, that is H2 minus H1 is given, and it decreases, means we can directly obtain here delta H as a negative decrease in enthalpy, that is 180. It is a delta H is equal to minus 180 kilojoules per kg. One more thing is given, assume the adiabatic conditions, so that means there is no heat transfer. So Q is equal to G, and it is asked to calculate the exist velocity, that is the C2. Now we start with given dimensions. Given V1 is given, or we take the C1 40 meter per second, and delta H is equal to minus 80 kilojoules per kg is equal to minus 180 into 10 raised to 3 joules per kg. Q dot is equal to 0 due to adiabatic condition. We are asked to assume the adiabatic condition, and it is asked to calculate the C. So very simple straightforward example. Very simple example is this. Now we have to calculate the C2. So you write. So we can also show the diagram. C1 40 meter per second, C2 gas calculated, insulation Q equal to G, and conversion nozzle. So this is the diagram. Now we know, since the nozzle does not have any work and heat interaction, since the nozzle does not have any work and heat interaction, hence steady flow energy equation reduces to, hence steady flow energy equation reduces to H1 plus C1 square divided by 2 is equal to H2 plus C2 square divided by 2. C1 square divided by 2 minus C2 square divided by 2 is equal to H2 minus H1. So 40 square divided by 2 minus C2 square divided by 2 is equal to minus 180 into 10 raised to 3. By calculating, the C2 is equal to 601.33 meter per second. So this is simple and straightforward example. So in this way we have calculated the exist velocity of the nozzle and exist point. Okay. So this completes the 3 examples. Now today I am going to give you one example to your homework. So I am going to dictate. If anybody wants to take, you can take. Okay. So you take that numerical. An example for homework. The gas turbine of a turbojet engine. The gas turbine of a turbojet engine receives a steady flow of gases. Receives a steady flow of gases at pressure of 7.2 bar. At a pressure of 7.2 bar. A temperature of 850 degrees centigrade and velocity of 160 meter per second. A temperature of 850 degrees centigrade and velocity of 160 meter per second. Full stop. It discharges the gases at a pressure of 1.15 bar. It discharges the gases at a pressure of 1.15 bar. A temperature of 450 degrees centigrade and a velocity of 250 meter per second. A temperature of 450 degrees centigrade and a velocity of 250 meter per second. full stop. Determine the external work output. Determine the external work output of the turbine in kilojoules per kg. Of the turbine in kilojoules per kg of the gas flow. The process may be assumed to be adiabatic. The process may be assumed to be adiabatic. And CP for combustion gases may be taken as 1.04 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. So again here this is asked to calculate the work done. You try to solve this problem. Otherwise, if you have any problem, you ask me and contact me. So this completes the second topic, that is the first one.